we're not going to solve this problem without the private sector being integrated in very meaningful ways across the chain, be it for capital, for technology, for business models. And sort of having all of us in these types of forums is a first step, but having us on the projects and on the programs where all of us are able to make that space so that we can collectively create synergy is going to be key. The Climate Investment Funds is one of the largest multilateral concessional sources of finance for clean energy and climate response. And we're very proud of the way we invest, which is programmatic system-based investments where we solve for problems by addressing both the infrastructure, the policy, regulation, finance, holistically so that we can achieve transformational change. We have two aspects of our work: energy system transformation, which we support through the Clean Technology Fund, and then we also have a strategic climate fund that does resilience, nature, and the like. And both of them have some interdependencies. But the Clean Technology Fund is where we support large-scale interventions in energy systems. Historically, renewable energy, your typical solar, wind, but increasingly we've actually just launched industry decarbonization, green hydrogen, green steel, supply chains. But what I'm very proud of is the fact that we have a renewable energy integration program which specializes in transmission, distribution, storage for stabilizing the grids to be able to absorb more renewable energy. And we also have invested in mini grids, distributed energy for small-scale solar. So we invest across the spectrum. We work through 6 multilateral development banks. The World Bank and the AFDB are one of our multilateral development banks. I mean, over the years, we've invested in about 400 projects, 80 countries. We invest across the world. But we very much see Africa as being one of the pillars for the regions that can sort of shape the transition. We rely on a country-led approach, and we invite countries to apply into certain programming or into certain themes. But what's very important for being selected or to be selected for one of our programs is political will and commitment to that systemic approach, in that we're less interested in financing a couple projects or 5 solar projects, but seeking countries that we want to work with countries that see how you integrate renewable energy with clean cooking, with livelihoods, with agriculture as an example. It takes a country that is going to have pretty sort of sustained leadership. When we invest, we're increasingly prioritizing programming that can integrate mitigation and resilience outcomes. We're seeing that with quite a bit of our nature programming. But the reality is that on the energy transition side, a very big piece of our work is not only for just transition, but looking at how to make people better off through that shift. And so the link between an energy transition in terms of renewable energy, the transmission to absorb it, but also the industry that would be the new industries that the jobs would fit into, and for those industries to be on a low carbon pathway, potentially tying into green supply chains, that's what we cover. And so what we're offering is the spectrum of energy system transformation modules. The power of partnership to really collaborate on innovation and solutions can't be underestimated. I mean, in Dar-Es-Salaam, we have leaders from African countries. We have partners, whether it's the United Kingdom or Germany and here, that provide funding into many of the funds, even such as ours. And the role of the private sector. We're not going to solve this problem without the private sector being integrated in very meaningful ways across the chain, be it for capital, for technology, for business models. And sort of having all of us in these types of forums is a first step, but having us on the projects and on the programs where all of us are able to make that space so that we can collectively create synergy is going to be key.